How we doing, gang? Welcome back to the channel. Had a bit of trouble recording this one. I don't know why. It's like my 5th take. I had 3. I was like, fuck, I feel like shit. I'm gonna have lunch. So I had lunch. And I'm feeling okay. I wrote some notes down, so this should be a bit clearer. I said a lot, so I'm gonna try not to do that. Call me out if I do. I'm not cutting any out this time. So, what's happened? There's been a lot. It's been 2 weeks instead of the 1 that I originally planned. There's 1. It's been 1 week longer than I originally planned, but that's not the end of the world, you know? It's... Hang on, I need to turn my music. I got music playing to get me in the mood, hey. But anyway. So, yeah, it's been an extra week than I originally planned, but that's okay. I'm going to talk about how, my feelings about that later. God damn it, I keep saying, So, second video is out, and it did pretty well in terms of my other videos that are on the channel compared to my gameplay ones and stuff like that. It didn't do as well as the first one, but I don't think the thumbnail was as catchy, and there's maybe a few things that I could have done, and maybe I think the first one just got picked up by the algorithm quite well. But anyway, there's another one, god damn it. Yeah, so yeah, it's doing pretty well. It kind of fell off a bit. Doesn't have as many views, but I think if I put it back into perspective of the other ones, like my older videos, I'm very happy with this one. You know, I hit 1,000 subscribers the other day. Thank you guys so much. If you guys are coming from that channel, I really appreciate it. There it is again. I said it. I don't even know I'm saying it. I'll stop calling it out. I'm just gonna take a mental note. Okay. So there's a few things that I wanted to talk about because there's quite a lot that I learned from this. I experienced quite a lot I experienced as well. Let's get right into that. So the first thing was this one took me an extra 1 week more than I expected it to, and I originally took that quite poorly. I think that my mentality was that, oh, the other one took a week, so why is this one taking longer? And it mostly just comes down to me being more picky with loadouts and higher quality, higher standards with SFMs, and really just lack of people wearing nice outfits. I mean, I played heaps. If you watch the video, my latest one, I show all the screenshots that I took, which was, I think, 103 over 8 days of playing. And yeah, there's some in there that aren't like loadouts, you know, there'll be some of me just taking screenshots for fun of it, but you know, there was hardly any loadouts that I was happy with, so that added a lot more time than I expected, and I kind of took that out on myself. You know, I wasn't thinking straight. I kind of blamed myself, like lack of motivation, or like, oh, just deal with the ones you have, or you're not being creative enough. And I just realized that it took me too long to realize this. Okay, well, we'll go on the timeline. So, you know, I was feeling pretty bad. You know, it was taking longer than a week. I ran into a bunch of cheater bots on casual. Loadouts just weren't presenting themselves very well. So I was pretty frustrated. And after a week, about like a week and a half, I got like very burnt out. I opened it and I would feel like shit. I'd go to work and I don't normally hate my job. My job's not really that bad. It's just retail. But I was hating it more than I normally dislike it. And it didn't feel great. You know, I was burnt out. And I kind of reflected on that. I thought, okay, well, I'm feeling really burnt out. I'm not finding any good loadouts. So I just decided to not really make it any harder than it has to be. So I just stuck with it, only 3 loadouts instead of 4. I took a day's break of doing absolutely nothing. So I technically took 2. So the first day I was just doing little things like adding sound effects and doing edits that I enjoy on top of the gameplay. So things like zooms and like funny sound effects and stuff like that. And the second day I literally just sat in bed most of the day just watching YouTube and stuff. Had a good Spoon Kid video to watch, so that's like an hour out of my day. It was good. And I think that's a big thing that if any of you guys are struggling with burnout, you really got to give yourself that break. I know it's almost counterintuitive to what you're trying to do. You know, you really want to work on the video, get it out, because, you know, it's been longer than you expected. It's been 2 weeks when you really wanted to get it done in one. But trying to really grind through that just isn't healthy, and you're just going to end up hating the video, and it's going to show through as well. So yeah, so just take a break. And that's the thing that I did. And after I took the break, you know, I came back the day after and I was feeling great. You know, I had a renewed sense of, there's a saying here that I cannot think of. I was feeling good, for lack of better words. I was feeling good. I got two voiceovers done in one day. I got one SFM done, and then I did the next one the other day. But I was feeling good about it, and I was happy about the work that I was doing. So I guess that's one of the main things that I learned this week was dealing with burnout. You know, don't try and brute force it. Have a break. Have a day break, 2 days break. And make sure it's real, like a real break. Don't like, oh, I'm just gonna, you know, oh, don't think about the video. You don't want to think about it. Play some games with your friends, you know. Right, so I rambled a lot there. So I'm just gonna go into the next segment, which is, don't focus on the analytics too much, because this is a problem that I've had in the past, and I only just really stopped as I started making these 2 videos. Basically what I'd do is I'd upload a video. I'm sure I'm not alone here. I'd upload a video, and then I would have the video details open pretty much all day. You know, I'd have it open all day. I'd check it before I go to bed. I'd go to work and I'd check it, and it's just not healthy. You know, it's like the video will only do as well as you set it up to do, and you can't know what the problems are until you experience, until you learn from your mistakes on what you should do and what you shouldn't do. Things like learning about thumbnails, learning about how to make a video engaging, stuff like that. And it's taken me up until the last video, the one that did, you know, 20,000 views, to realize that, okay, well, it's not that big a deal if it doesn't get that many views. Because that's a learning, that's a learning opportunity. You will get better. You will become a better editor, a better thumbnail artist, or, you know, even become successful enough where you can pay other people to do it. So instead of obsessing over the ones that you've already made, just make another one and improve on it. Acknowledge the mistakes, watch it and see, okay, people stop watching here. Why'd they stop watching here? People don't click on this one as much as they did the other one. What can I do with that? And of course, a bunch of it's down to the magic YouTube algorithm and who they choose to bless, but there is a level of luck that you can manipulate, right? You can increase your chances by making your thumbnails better, by making your videos more engaging. And that just comes with time. You know, you learn that over making more and more videos, and you're not going to improve that by obsessing over how you can make people click on yours more. So, all right, after that ramble, I think we can talk about what is next. What do I want to focus on in the next one? And one of the first things is organizing my timeline. So here is a quick picture of my timeline in the last video. And those who don't do video editing, you won't understand the problem with this. But I've realized that the way I organize it doesn't leave it very open. Doesn't make it easy on myself. I'm not going to really get into it because it's quite a lot of explaining to do. But yeah, I just like I mentioned in the last week's episode, I want to focus on getting better at the programs and stuff, and organizing timelines is just one of those things. Next thing is I want to set a time to actually think of ideas. Right now, I don't do that. I just wait until the video's done and then I think of more. And I guess there's some in between where I'll be in the shower and be like, ooh, that's a good idea. And then I'll write it down on my phone or whatever. But that's the extent. So I want to set aside some times, maybe a few times in the week where I think, okay, well, what can I do with this? What do I want to do next? That kind of stuff. And one more thing, I guess the final thing, is that I'm enjoying these challenge videos. The ones with SFMs are pretty cool too, but I don't want to be stuck as a TF2 YouTuber. Not to say that I don't like the game, because I love it. I've nearly got 6,000 hours on it, which is actually really crazy to think. But I want to try some other stuff. And whether I enjoy it or not is a different question, but I don't want to just be the TF2 loadout guy. But But I do want to try other challenges, so maybe I'll do something in a different game. I've got a few ideas that I might, what's the word? Expand upon. But for now, I'm enjoying the TF2 stuff, so I'll probably make another one afterwards. And that's pretty much all to say. That's pretty much all there is. So I'm going to go and think of some stuff to do. And thank you for watching. I'll see you next time, guys.